Yo. I don't know. So, hey, anyways, hey, what's up, though? Hey, hello, world. Shoot, welcome. Hello, world. Hey, so, I was sitting here today. Well, now I actually wasn't sitting here. I just came back from a poetry event, and then I went to CVS to grab a couple items, and I was in there talking to the cashier, and something hit me. And, you know, this is my idea, my thoughts, and my time. So, you know, find something else to do if you don't understand yourself, don't understand me, listen to me, hear me, and receive what I'm saying. Hey, but anyways, I was sitting here thinking about, you know, perspective and the way that a lot of people see the world, and a lot of times a lot of ways that we see the world. And, you know, if you believe in the Bible, you know, I believe in worship. You know, I don't really believe in the organization of religion, neither nor the organization of education or the financial system, neither nor the housing system, because they were all built around the time that the people that I closely resemble to or identify myself with weren't able to take a hand in or the construction or the organization of these particular situations and organizations. So I'm going to go to this understanding and this idea around the 12 disciples, right? So my thought process went this way of the 12 disciples and Jesus and the people that he chose to go forth into the world and to send his, or not send, but push his message. And I also would say send this message to his people. So Jesus, from what I've, you know, perceived and understood from the book and the good word that those say it is, he chose 12 people. And these 12 people that he chose were 12 people with a particular it or a particular sin from what I'm going to carry on with. In my mind, I'm going to start with saying that how is it that Jesus can take 12 people with sins or items or characteristics within inside themselves that are not agreed upon or not considered common or not considered things or items of good deeds? So he had 12 disciples that all had a particular sin or a particular it situation that they dealt with. And in my mind, I'm trying to understand how is it that Jesus, the maker and the creator, or the son of the maker and the creator, chose to hang with friends or to have friends, associates, or a circle or a group of people, 12 of them that had it's or things about them or carried themselves in a way that was not considered or condoned to be ideal or idealistic or ideal ways to live or to carry themselves in the normal society of the world. He had a person that he chose to take under his wings to take his message that was a murderer. So, you know, he chose 12 people who we would consider, those of flesh or those of, you know, human nature would consider outcasts or people who are deemed unworthy or unfit to be in the normal reigns of society. He chose these 12 people to be those to take his word, you know, into the world. And we as human don't want to be around certain people. We see people with certain it factors or certain situations that they're going through or certain things that they have done, and we choose to disassociate ourselves or to judge or to look down on certain people with certain it factors that I don't see or I can't understand the level of a level playing field I can see. Jesus took 12 people with what we're going to call sins. He had a murderer, he had a whoremonger, he had a thief. He even had, I believe it was Paul, who was out here killing them. You know what I'm saying? He was out here killing, from what I understand, you know, I believe it was Paul that was killing people of the church. And Jesus took this man, this person of a deadly sin. Killing people is supposed to be one of the 12 deadly sins. I think it's 12 of them, but I don't know how many of them it is. But it's supposed to be one of them sins. That's a sin that's kind of like a real sin that, you know, the prison system or the government, you know, they put people away for a lifetime, you know, for this particular sin. You know, it's no longer an eye for eye, but, you know, the system that we now live in would take a person that Jesus took under his wings to set forth his word and put them in jail and put them to the side and cast them out into the world and say they're not worthy of the kingdom of heaven. But yet again, now this is my understanding. God took these 12 people, even the whoremonger, and he said, hey, come here. I would like you with your it to go and take my word and to come with me and to record my word and to take it to my people out here in the world that I have created, these people that I know about that's over here and over there. I want you and all your sin, don't drop it. Take you, your sin, plus my word and take it to these people. That's mind-boggling to me. Now, I don't, you know, I say, maybe it's just my mind, but I'm thinking in my mind, my thing is, we as society and as people, we outcast or we set aside or we disrespect or we, you know, we don't give understanding to people that do certain things that we don't consider or condone to be norms or okay in society. And I don't see that as okay. You know, you have some people who look at people and the things that they do and they consider themselves a judgmental or they consider themselves to be different from them people and not of those people. Say, oh, I don't do that. They do that. I can't. I can't hang around them. I can't do that. But you're selling yourself short. You're judging someone the very thing that the Bible says that you should not do, and you're saying that you don't associate, you cannot associate with those people, or you do not condone. It's not your place to condone. It's not your place to agree with. It's not your place to understand or to accept. It's not your place. That's not your place to do. Okay? Whoever they're doing or whatever they're doing, they got nothing to do with you, but you still don't understand. So let me give it to you a little bit further. So the Lord that you pray to and the one that you go to church to and maybe Tuesday Bible study and choir rehearsal and all that, the person that you go to all these functions for, he took these 12 people or 12 people of difference from the Bible, quote unquote, or 12 people that did not align with the word or the religion that we now call the high and the mighty. But I'm going to say for, you know, general sakes that Jesus, that the one who walked the earth, he chose to hang around and to have an entourage or a group of people that he considered to be family links to him of different backgrounds that conflicted very, very hard with his background and chose them to be in his entourage to take his work, his will, his Father's will, and to spread it among the people of the world. That's mind-boggling to me. I'm just trying to understand what would make Jesus, what would make him say, I'm going to take these 12 people with sins and give them something that I hold close to my heart, which is the word, because he said that I am the word and the word is me because I set forth the word. But he chose these 12 people to set off into the world with his word. He did not choose the person with the Cadillac. He did not choose the person with the long hair. He did not choose the person with the fair skin. He sure didn't choose the person with the brown or the blue eyes. He did not choose those who we would consider today to be those of perfect stature or perfect standards. He did not choose the one that did not sin. So therefore, he did not choose you who do not sin. He chose one who sinned, and their sins was hard. Their sins were deep. They wasn't no listen. He didn't think about killing somebody. He killed them. He didn't think about stealing. He stole. He did not think about having sex. He got it in there. Okay, hey, 12 play was in the background. He got it in. He didn't do no fornication. I mean, not no fornication, but no foreplay. He did it. He got it in. And I consider myself to be a person of understanding, knowledge, and wisdom, or just a person in general, just a human, nothing other than that. Don't call me black, call me whatever you want to, but that's, and I'm going to answer to a human. But when I see people being judgmental or people who have judgmental things or opinions about things that do not deal with them or things that don't directly, not indirectly, but things that do directly affect them, have an opinion about something that someone else is doing that is not affecting them, I have a problem with that. Now, I don't always express this problem because it's my problem, it's my understanding. It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else, but there are times that I do feel there is a time that I need to say what I feel like I want to say and need to say because this is my body, my prerogative. But Think about this and contemplate this and come to the understanding, you know, that Jesus chose to hang around people, you know, with these sins, and he didn't judge them because, in my eyes, he seen something in them that he needed. He seen something in them that he needed. He didn't look at their flesh. The sinners of the flesh is what I'm going to say. He didn't worry about that because he seen something in them that he needed. You around here worried about what people doing, they ain't got nothing to do with you. You might have missed out on the best things of your life because you worried about what somebody else doing. It does matter what people do, but you also have to understand that, listen, don't do it in front of me. What you doing over there ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, what people do ain't gonna always come back and directly affect you just because your association. That ain't true. Listen, some of my best understanding of this world have come from those who are of what most people in society would call threats, harms, dangers. And that just ain't rubbed off on me. Some of it have. I did a couple drugs, but I ain't did it no more because it wasn't for me. But listen, you got to understand, this life is yours. You have to have a sound mind for yourself, your body, listen. Peer pressure don't mean nothing because you have your own mind. At the end of the day, no one can make you do what you don't want to do because you are the person that makes your body go. You are the person that puts your body into action. You are the person that puts your body into action. Can't nobody make you go into action but yourself. Can't nobody tell your hand to move, your finger to move, your arm to move. Can't nobody tell you to drink water but you. They can say, but they can't make it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Listen. Some of the best things in life can come from some of the worst things, okay? Some of the most unknown, some of the most unconventional things. A rose come from a seed. You can put a seed in your hand and look at it. Now look at the rose that it grew into. You can't see them being that. You don't always have to indulge or have to agree or have to go along with what the person is doing. Get what you need from that person. Let it be good. Okay, if you got a homegirl, not Kiki, I'm tired of her. No, Keisha. Okay, Keisha could be good at mathematics. All right. See, what you got to understand is what's for you is what's for you in that time, in that moment. Get what you need out of Keisha and keep going on about your business. Okay, if you know Keisha's good at math and you have problems figuring out numbers, your bills, or balancing out a checkbook, or making sure your grocery list right for the amount of food stamps you got, whatever number issues that you are having, go to Keisha and get your number issues. Okay, outside of that, I'm done. Okay, leave Keisha alone. Okay, once Keisha done did the number that she need to do for you, and then she say, well, I would really like you to drop me off at boyfriend. You know what? I can't even drop you off at your boyfriend's house. You know, I can't do it. I can give you $17 for Uber. And I'm done because you already know that Keisha got 7 kids by 7 different people. And if you don't agree with her having sex and with multiple people, having multiple kids without being banned by the government, leave Keisha alone. There ain't no judgment. You got your checkbook balance going on about your business. So it's still you know, this understanding, I want to understand that, you know, the Lord gave his work to 12 people with what society would consider unthinkable sins, unthinkable things that make you don't want to deal with people. And he's like, hey, come here. Hey, come here, Paul. I know you've been killing people. You, boy, you, bodies, got him. You. Let me holler at you for a minute. I need you. Hey. He didn't say how many people you killed. Hey, what you got? You got a knife on you? He didn't say nothing. He said, I need you. Hey, come here. I need you to do this. And I can't, maybe somebody can, you know, help me out, but I cannot recall a time where I've read or heard that the Lord called one of his 12 disciples in the conference room and said, oh, I forgot, my brother, your background check came back. And, woo, bodies, you got a lot of them. You got a lot of bodies. You done killed a lot of people. He didn't. I can't recall that. in my mind, it's because he didn't recall them because he knew what they had done, but he knew that that person in that particular sin or it that they had could reach a particular community or particular people that he needed. Someone would see the past, or someone would heard, or someone would have heard or would have seen what he was about, but seen the new in him and said, well, if he did it, I did it. I could do it. Not that I did. I could do it. If he done been down a path of wrong and God sent him into the way of the righteousness and said, go forth and bring them back, why can't I? So it behooves me, and I'm confused and I'm conflicted by people who have so much to say about things that have nothing to do with them, because you ain't God. This shall pass away, but your soul is forever. If anybody believe in the second life and what's over after there, he said that ashes to ashes and flesh to flesh. And when you die, your body don't disappear. It's still there. So when you die, your body is here. It don't disappear. Somebody asked me, you don't go to church? No, I don't believe in religion, but I worship. You need to be around the saints. Well, let's go back to this same Bible. Jesus said he sent these 12 into the world to send his word. He didn't say he sent them to 1552 Greenfield Avenue, or 1717 8 Mile, or 1919 Wyoming, or 1919 Sumner Street, or 1515 Hill Avenue. I never heard him or read that he gave him specific directions or a specific place to be. He said go there or over there in that area, in area. Another word I was looking for, but I ain't find it. But an area. I never heard him to give specific directions. So when you tell me to go to a specific place to find a specific thing, I cannot go there because my soul says otherwise. And how do you know that I'm not number 13 and you can't be number 13? So when you confine yourself to a situation, sometimes you could be missing on the very thing that he sent you for. And if that place is for you inside that box in the 4 walls, you'll be there. But don't condone me, or do not try to control me, or do not try to identify me. Do not try to restrict me. Do not try to stop me. Do not try to hinder me. Do not try to tell me what to do, because this is mine. This, and this belongs to me. That, whatever you have on, you can touch. That's yours, but this is mine. This is not for you, but this is for me. This is not for you to control or to understand. This is for me to have, hold, and to conquer. This life is mine. This life I shall have, shall hold, shall live, and shall forever be grateful for, thankful for, and shall always answer for. But your life shall be yours, and please do not try to be a part of mine. But when you out here judging, or as you might want to put it, speaking your mind or sharing your opinion, think about the 12 disciples. Think about that. Or if not even that, think about this. You do not, well, let's do this one. The word says no one is perfect. No one is perfect. No one is perfect. But him, right? So the words that were written in that book were written by someone that was not him. They were secondhand. There was a journalist, or, somebody's secretary, saint, prophet, whatever you want to call it. So the words that were in here, that's in this book, are secondhand information. So how do you know that the mind and the penmanship of that person that wrote these very words were on the same page as him? How can you say for certain that that person wrote what happened verbatim? How can you tell me unequivocally that the person that wrote the words on that piece of paper wrote them verbatim the way that it happened? Did it happen too fast or so fast that they couldn't get everything down, so they short-handed it and skipped the word? Message. Don't know that, right? Okay, so can you say that the person that was in charge of it, of writing it, or taking these notes down, were a person with morals and values, and not a person that was conflicted by what was going on, so they want to give the interpretation of what they seem fit? Can you truly say that? So if you can't truly say and identify the person who wrote the text, how can you tell me that the way that I'm living my life or the comprehension that I got from that text is correct or incorrect? You can't. Because now that you're reading this word, that means there's third party. Because the person, Jesus the Lord, the Almighty Savior, Allah, Buddha, whoever, was the first person. They were the word. Then someone had to write the word. Now you're reading the word. And if, let's go back. If you got the King James Version, that's third hand. If you got the NIV, third, fourth hand. So everything that comes your way by the book that you're reading is going to be not first-hand information. But if you feel it in your soul, oh, God, if you feel it in here, what is that? So how can you tell me that the feelings that I'm feeling, the things that I'm doing are right? It's a two-way channel. So I can't say that the way that you're living your life is wrong, or the way that I'm living mine is wrong. I can't even say that to myself. I can, because I have inside of me morals and values, an understanding of what I can perceive and what I feel is right and wrong. Stealing, wrong, ain't gonna do it. It ain't none of mine. Killing, wrong, ain't my life, ain't gonna do it. Lying, can't do it, can't keep up with it. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Listen, that's it. So these are the things that I do. But knowledge is power. But what is knowledge? Knowledge is something that you do not know that you gain through understanding or gain through insight. So everything that you do is knowledge, whether you perceive it to be bad or wrong. It's all about the way that you perceive it and understand it. So if you stump your toe, if you kick the door and hurt your toe, that's knowledge, right? Because you learned something. You learned that it hurt. Now, the way that you perceive that hurt is up to you. You can do it again. It hurt, but I got my anger out. Or you can be like, oh, hurt. Ain't gonna do it no more. Let me redirect my focus. Let me redirect my anger. Hey, so that's my thought for today. Hey, Octavius Dwayne Sloan, King Ken 210, Studio 54, Hair Salon, the Juice Box, the Village is coming soon. Man, it's a lot going on, but man, love yourself. Power is knowledge. Knowledge is understanding. Please never be too upon yourself to be humble to, receive anything from anybody. And just the next time you see a person and you don't agree with what they're doing, just think about the 12 disciples. And just think that, that could be number 13 and you'll never know it. Hello, world.